Okay, so have you ever wondered, like, is it really okay to date just for fun?
Hmm.
Like no strings attached, just enjoying the moment.
Yeah.
Someone sent us this outline for a podcast episode, and it's all about, exploring this whole idea of dating for amusement.
Ooh, interesting.
Is it ethical?
Right.
What are the potential, like, downsides?
Yeah, yeah.
We're going to dive deep into that today.
Cool. I'm excited.
So this outline, it jumps right into the arguments in favor of dating just for fun.
Okay.
But I think before we even get there,
Yeah.
we kind of have to talk about honesty.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely. Honesty and transparency are like the foundation of any kind of dating, but especially when you're keeping it casual.
Okay, so like, why is that so important in the context of, casual dating?
Well, without being upfront about your intentions, you're basically setting yourself up for like a recipe for disaster.
Uh-huh.
Someone could easily get hurt, you know?
Yeah.
If you're not both on the same page from the beginning, one person might start to develop feelings and get attached, while the other person is still just in it for the fun.
Makes sense. So you're saying that as long as everyone involved is aware that it's just about fun, like no long-term commitment or anything,
Right.
then ethically it's okay.
Exactly. The outline even highlights this. It emphasizes that casual dating can be totally legitimate as long as both parties are aware of, the terms of engagement.
Okay, so it's about respecting each other's, like, emotional boundaries
Absolutely.
and being upfront about what you're looking for.
Yep.
So it's like a journey of self-discovery too, in a way, right?
100%.
Dating different people, even casually, can help you figure out what you actually truly want in a partner,
Exactly.
like long term.
Yeah, you learn so much about yourself through dating.
Right.
You start to see patterns in what you're attracted to, maybe more importantly, what you absolutely do not want.
Wow.
That's valuable information for when you are ready to settle down.
Oh, tell me about it.
I'm
I've definitely been on a few dates where I was like, wow, okay, note to self, never again.
Nah, we've all been there.
Right.
Yeah,
But it's funny because, like, you learn from those experiences.
absolutely.
You figure out what you don't want,
Exactly.
which ultimately helps you figure out what you do want.
Yep.
Okay, but even with all the self-discovery and the fun, there's this tricky thing that the outline brings up, and that's power imbalances. Like,
Yeah.
how does that play into this whole thing?
Well, the outline points out that things can get really complicated if one person starts to develop feelings while the other is still firmly in the just for fun mindset.
Right, right.
The person with the stronger feelings, they become more vulnerable,
Yeah.
And the power dynamic can totally shift.
Oh, wow.
It sets the stage for someone to potentially get really hurt.
That's something I hadn't really thought about before, It makes you realize that initial honesty and open communication is super crucial.
So important.
Yeah.
And it's not just about that first conversation either.
Yep.
The outline also talks about how important it is to recognize when things might be changing.
Right.
Like what happens if even though you start casually, someone's feelings start to develop?
Yeah, that's a tough one. It's like, do you have to constantly check in with the other person?
Right.
That seems kind of awkward. What does the outline say about that?
Well, it actually brings in the perspective of like a psychologist, an expert on this kind of thing.
Okay.
And the expert explains that emotional attachment, even when you're dating casually, it's like a natural human response.
Right.
We're wired to connect with other people.
Yeah.
So, to form bonds and have those feelings, it's going to happen even when you think you're, guarded.
Wow, that's really interesting.
Yeah.
It's like you can't always control your feelings,
Right.
even when you're going into it with, like, the best intentions.
Exactly.
Has that ever happened to you where you started out just, casually dating and then all of a sudden, bam, feelings?
Well, I think a lot of people have probably experienced something like that at some point.
Right.
It's part of being human, navigating those feelings.
Yeah. So what's the takeaway then? It kind of feels like there's no easy answer when it comes to this whole, dating for fun thing.
I agree. It's complicated.
Yeah.
A lot of gray areas, a lot of nuances. But I think, if we had to distill it down to like the key points, honesty, clear communication, and respect, both for yourself and for the person you're dating, that's really the foundation of navigating this.
Totally. So if you're out there dating just for fun, just be upfront about it.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to check in with yourself and with the other person as you go along. See how things are evolving.
And you know what? I think the real question here is, where do you draw the line
Ooh,
between having fun and potentially leading someone on?
that's a good question.
Right. That's something I think everyone should really reflect on.
Food for thought. We'd love to hear your thoughts too, you know?
Yeah,
Share your experiences, maybe some of your own dilemmas with this whole dating for fun thing.
absolutely. Let us know.
All right, that's it for today's deep dive.
Catch you next time.
See you later.